everybody. How you doing today? Hope you're good. Not too hot. I don't know why that thing is showing up here. So how is everybody? Let's see who's here. Now, Charlotta will not be with us today. She texted me. She's not feeling so hot, but hopefully next time. So Charlotta, we hope you feel better. Hi, Liz. How are you? Teresita. There's Laura Avril. Hello. There's Suzanne. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming on. I am so excited about this project tonight. I've been thinking about it in my head. Hey, Sue. You know how you have an idea and you think that should work, but you don't try it? Hey, Helen, Carrie. Good to see ya. So I've been thinking about it for a while, and it's just like, get this stuff out and just play with it. So we are going to make this really cool watercolor. I'm not sure if you can see how pretty it is from here, but we'll turn the camera down. I don't think you can see the shimmering, but I'm going to be using, hey, Melody, Michelle, how you doing? These Lindy's Magicals, which I have played with before, but I didn't feel quite comfortable. I just wasn't sure what to do with them. So I'm going to show you what I figured out. And if you guys want to give it a try, hey, Lisa, you know, that would be good. I know it's a similar product to, like, there's like something in the UK. I forget the name of it. Color, something. It's like a powder, and I think Ken Oliver has a line too, but I don't know if they have the shimmer, which are really pretty. Hey, Brenda. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what we can do, and hopefully I can pass some ideas along to you to make it easy to do, because it is easy. You just have to like do it. So let me just make sure. I'm going to go down my list. If you have not followed me on Facebook and Instagram, I would ask that you please do that, and you can see what's coming up. You'll see the projects that the design team, the inspiration team, creative team has going on. This month we're focusing on embossing, but every month it changes, and we invite you to come along and share them with us in the Eileen Hall Fan Club, our Facebook group. Janet Flanagan, I've had those for a while, but never used them. Oh, good, Janet, you're going to love them. So the other thing is, and I would ask that you subscribe to the newsletter. Let me put the link up in here, because that's where wait a minute, banner. I can I give out all of the stuff if I forget to say it. Newsletter, there we go. So you can just copy and paste that. And also, if you saw that little kind of thing with the peppy music in the beginning, that if you scan the QR code, it'll take you right to the newsletter. You can sign up, and it is lots of cool stuff in there today. They usually go out on Tuesday. I don't send more than one a week. That's even more than I can handle some days. So I'm not going to spam you or anything. Also, if you want to just subscribe to my Facebook, no, YouTube. That would be great. Okay, I'm done with my ads. Ugh. Okay, so this weekend I've got a trip to Ohio. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm trying to pack up my junk, and every time it gets more and more stuff I have to bring. Hey, Karen. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Maureen. Brusho. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. So it probably works in a similar way. I just don't have that, but give it a try if you have it. We have the trip to Ohio, so I'm going to Marco's Paper on Friday from 10 to 2. Then I'm going to Stamp Away. I'll be there that night and all day Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll be back up at Marco's. And then I'm going to head out and see my mom. So I'll be gone probably till Wednesday. And then I'll be back live on Thursday for a scheduled one. I'm not sure about Tuesday. I'll see if I can, but who knows. All right. Karen says, gosh, Facebook is weird. Yes. Hey, Leslie. Good to see you. Is Glum here? Because I don't see her, but she could be here hiding from me, not on purpose. Okay, then we have the Roadshow, UK Roadshow. I'm coming September 4th through the 13th. So if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead and sign up. Elizabeth, no, I do not carry the magicals in my Etsy shop. This is just, we did a promotion together and they sent me some, so I don't have them, but you can probably go to the Lindy's Gang is the name of the company that makes them. And they have them there for sale if you need them. Oh, good. Good, Melody. Oh, that's great. You have a bike ride. Wow. You're on it. What if it's hot? Oh, thank you. I'll tell Mom happy birthday. Her birthday is not till the 22nd, but I know I'm probably going to be getting ready. Oh, sold out for the Mad Scrapper. I was wondering how it was going. That's great. That's going to be so much fun. Yay. All right. Well, I'll see some of you in person there. All right. So I'm also going to see Frank Garcia out in California the end of October. So I have some events. I got a bunch of stuff going on, guys. I did my proposals. I had 2 proposals. I submitted them. Now the waiting game, who knows? But we'll see. I'll let you know if I hear anything good. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to turn the camera down and we can get going on this because I really want to do it. I think. Let me get the light on. All right. How's that? All right. I'm going to bring my little tray here. All right. So these are the Lindy's. Let me just show you what you need. Okay. And Puerto Rico in 2026. That's right. Yeah. I got to keep myself busy. You know what, guys? If I didn't schedule anything, I would just sit here. I would do nothing. And it would be really probably fun. Today I went down to the scrapbook store with Debbie. So Debbie is going to be taking care of the Etsy store while I'm gone. Have I got my kilt yet? No, I do not. I don't have a clan, Karen. Can you just buy one and wear it? I mean, do they frown on that? Don't you have to have a lineage? I don't know. Anyway, these are the colors that I got from Lindy's. And they're really pretty, and they don't look anything like, well, that one looks pinky, but there's one, it's like, I would never get that was turquoise. That one, you know? But when they explode, you'll see. All right, so I'm going to put them up here, and we're going to mix them up in a minute. And here, again, is the project. Let me just show you, because hopefully you can see it shimmering a little better. Can you see that? So the way that I did this was I wanted to have a way to use the stencil and make it easy for the composition, because that's where I struggle sometimes. So this actually came from a watercolor that I did, which I can't find. I have it somewhere, but this is what it looks like stenciled. So you can get kind of more cleaner versions of this if you use the stencil in one way. Need to win a lottery and get a passport. Oh, generic tartans. Okay. I did not see that. I didn't know it. All right. Now, let me just show you a couple other variations of this. Here's one that I did, and then I used my pen, you know, like a felt tip permanent pen over it. And they also sparkle, but I thought that would be kind of cool in a book or a bookmark or something. I mean, you just use your scraps of watercolor paper to practice, and I think you're really gonna have fun. Now here is a way more saturated version, and I'm not sure that I love that. Well, I'm not sure I like the background. However, I'm going to show you also how you can use this Painterly Blooms die, because the way it's designed, you can lay this on top of the stencil and you can cut, you know, those flowers out. Got to fiddle with it a little bit, but you know, all right, we'll have to do this later, but you know, and these may not be exactly perfect because I was kind of going off script a little, but you can cut out your flowers. So say I did that, and I don't like the background, I can just cut them out and I would still have these cool little flowers. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. Anyway, so we'll do that later. But for now, you know, I think this is right. I always have to every time move this around so it goes in the right place. But we're going to make one of these tonight. That is my goal. All right. The other thing that we need is watercolor paper. We will write anyway. You have a spray bottle. Oh, man. You are dedicated. Hey, Linda Cooper. So I'm just going to use a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm just going to take the whole thing. And I probably could get 2 of these, you know, from one. Oh, I also wanted to show you this. Now, this is a plain watercolored one that I did. So you can use it to make home decor and just decorate your flowers, card, or your, you know, like bottles or jars or cards or whatever. I just thought this one came out really cute. I painted it. I put some luster wax on it. I think it's a Crown Royale. And you could also use it for like a jewelry holder. Isn't it cute? Hey, Diana. All right. You need that, and you need a paintbrush. Now, I don't know. This is a round, I think. I don't know this company. I just found it. And the reason I like it is it's kind of soft. Now, some of the watercolor brushes are a little more rigid. And I like this one because it moves around pretty well. So I'm going to use this. Okay. Let me move this light back a little bit. Let's see if that works. All right. So what else? We need water. Okay, I just have a jar of water. You need a little hand with a chapstick on it. And here I have some other brushes that I might want to use. I might want to speckle or spatter it. I don't know. And I also have a spritzer. I don't know if I'll use that. I didn't last night. I had very basic supplies, but you'll also want some paper towel. Okay, so I will keep that right here. And I'm trying to do this so my camera gets everything. All right. So let's get going on this. Oh, and the stencil. Let me find my stencil. All right. This is how I store mine. So what I do is I ordered these from Amazon, and they're just like 7x7 clear pouches. Well, thank you, Melody. You guys are creative too. All right, and then I cut down my packaging to fit inside there, just so I remember which one I have in here. And, oh, I forgot to wash this. Oh, well. Yeah, these are messy. All right, I think I'm going to start with this one, and I probably will use the leaves too. You can do them a couple different ways. Now, this gets a little messy. I'm not going to go right on task, okay? I'm going to just have fun and play with this, and there's a lot of looks you can get, as you saw. First of all, let me move this out of the way. Let's get our Lindy's ready to go, okay? Now, you could tap them in with this little sprinkly. Well, actually, let's just do that. Because, whoop, that one came off. I did take them off to sprinkle them in, but now I'm thinking you don't need that much. I mean, a tiny little sprinkle. Ooh, that was a lot. So that's going to give us the vibrant pigment. So I'm just going to keep that one there so I know. Now let's do our pink. I don't even know if I used pink. Wait a minute. Let me look. Oh, yeah, I used it for the flower center. So we don't need that much. That's a lot. I mean, you can see it takes like nothing. All right, let's do green. Now this green, I kind of wish I had a little more toned down green because this is pretty wild. I would probably like a darker one. I just don't have it, but I'm probably going to order some because these are really fun. The purple. Now, I know you're not going to believe this. The purple is gorgeous. And again, you can make it as concentrated or as light as you want, depending on how much water you add. All right, you know what? I might take them out of the way. I kind of like, once I put the water in, you'll know what color they are. Hi, purple butterfly. All right, wonder if one can lay the stencil down and mask edges off and use a water bottle spray. Leslie, you'll see. It's a version of that. Okay, now I am just taking a little bit of water that should have been washed before I got started. And I'm just going to kind of drip that in there because you really don't need a lot. All right, I'm going to keep going. Well, now this is going to be really bright, I predict, because I'm not adding that much water. And, you know, you could add it another way, like a water drop or little syringe. That would be a good way to do this. And I probably could have set them right next to each other. My plan was to put the bottle there so I remembered what color, but I think now you can't mix them up too much. Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Powder in UK Simum. Okay. Can I put some blue in the green? I could do that, but I kind of like the contrast right now. Let's just do this, and then you definitely can mix these powders around and do all kinds of fun stuff with them. And you guys may have, you know, a similar thing. Make sure you have enough for your project in here, because sometimes I don't add enough water and then I'm like, I gotta mix it again. The other thing that I really like about these is that you can, let me just add a little bit more because I think I used a lot of that. If you let this dry, it's just going to sit in there and it's going to reconstitute. It'll, like, the water will evaporate out, and then you can just, you know, add water to it and it will be like you're starting fresh again. I just washed some out. So it does work. Look at that shimmery one. You can definitely tell that that is shimmery. And yeah, you could mix them, and maybe I will wish that I had done that. But see, now that one looks really dark to me. Oh, is Diane asking about Charlotta? Diane, oh, Diane's is not feeling well. Oh, I hope she feels better. Okay, so that looks like a good amount of stuff. Now, what we're going to do, yeah, I kind of wish I had put them all next to each other. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right, now the watercolor paper, I don't think it matters that much if you use the front or the back. I'm just going to put this down, and let's see. I'm going to lay that on my paper, and you could put something under here if you wanted. And let's just figure out what colors we want to paint. I like this and the purple together. The pink is pretty too. Pink and purple would be pretty. But, you know, so what I'm going to do now, if you want this to be perfect, I will tell you right now, this is not the craft for you. Okay. Because this is not going to come out perfect. But what it's going to do is give you a base to see where your colors go, and then you can take it out on your own, okay? I don't like the lighting here. Well, that looks a little better, but this stupid ring light is shining. All right, so I'm going to take my water bottle, and I'm going to give it a little spritz. I wish I didn't have that reflection. All right, so just, yeah, you could tape it down if you want, but it's really just laying there, okay? Hey, Wendy. All right, and I'm going to spray it. And don't worry if it gets under, that's not a big deal. Now, you can also see how this is stuff that I left on here, and it's kind of going in and filling the cracks. All right, let's get going here. I'm going to kind of alternate my colors. I'm rinsing off here, and just, you know, blot your brush before you go into the next color. It doesn't really matter that much, though, honestly. If you mix it and it's a different color, big deal. All right, now this is pretty thick, so I'm gonna see what happens. But watch, when you put this color down, it's so cool. It just goes. Isn't that neat? It's just spreading. And I'm just dipping it in the corners here. It's just, you don't want it too loaded up or else it gets messy. And this is kind of messy. I think I spritzed it maybe a little too much, but we'll see. I don't have too much down here. See, it's going underneath. Don't worry about it. All right. And I did not get much water over here, but okay. All right, now we're just gonna let that sit for a minute. And I think I will do the purple again. I really did like that. Try not to move it, so it probably would be good if you taped it down. All right, now we're gonna do the purple. And before we do anything else with it, we're gonna get all these two colors done. All right. So now we're gonna tap in our purple. Look at how it's just so pretty. All right, and you're gonna have a ton left in your little well. Now, if it starts getting underneath, it might warp a little from the water. Just press down so, you can save it as much as you can from going under, but don't worry if it does. All right, so we have all of these. Now I'm going to lift this up, okay? So now we have the base for all of our flowers, all right? So we can do two things, or two choices right now. We can do our watercoloring of the flowers now, and then we can do our leaves, or we can do the base coat for the leaves down now, and then do all of the watercoloring together. I think I'm just in the mood to watercolor, so I'm going to show you this. So let's do the purple because we're right there, all right? Now, I didn't clean my brush out too much. Hi, Dorothy, how are you? I do like this purple. Can you believe that? All right, can't get it too close because then I can't see what I'm doing. All right, so now what you're going to do, because you have the shape of the flower, you're just going to take your brush and start pulling this out. And you can make them bigger if you want. And just kind of expand the flower a little. So this is going to look like a watercolored piece of art. They don't know you used a stencil to get your base going, and you can smush them together if you want, or you can keep them kind of apart, however you want to do it. And now that one, I'll put a little more on here. All right, and just draw that color out, make like a little petal, just five on each one. And you can't see the shimmer, but oh, and look at those. Those are running into each other. That's really pretty. Oh, that's going to be really pretty. All right, so we're just making little petal shapes. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's like kids, coloring or painting and just having fun. Now this one seemed to dry a little, so let's get a little more on here. And if it starts getting diluted, just stir it up a little bit and it'll darken up. And I'm keeping the middle clear so I can add the centers. Okay. All right. Now we have all of our purple done. And also, while it's wet, if you wanted, you could add like a little bit of dark purple, like at the centers, that will continue to bleed while it's wet. Drop in a little bit, or we can also go over this later. But if you wait until it's dried, you're not gonna get the, you'll get, like, some lines in it. Just kinda go sideways, scrub it in a little. And it's really fun. And I can see the shimmer right now. And that just gives a little dimension and shading. It is easy, Melody. You just have to try it, which is always like, oh, I don't want to take all the stuff out. Hey, Tanya, good to see you. All right, now I'm going to do my aqua. You're just in time for the aqua. It's actually called Unstoppable Aqua. So this is a really, really pretty aqua color. All right, I'm going to put this up a little just so you can see what's happening here. All right, and I can see what I'm doing. Always helpful. But see how that's pretty thick there? If you want, you can make it a lot lighter and clearer. But you can see I'm not really taking too much care because I already have my shapes, you know. And people are going to understand, oh, these are flowers, you know. Now, something that you might want to do is once you get this done, and maybe you don't want to mess with the green, you know, and maybe you just want to do your own and fit them in where you want the leaves, that's fine too. You don't need the stencil. But if you do want it, you have it. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? It's not that hard. I'd like to say it was hard. Bob, BRB. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're just playing around here. Having fun, blobbing paint. They can touch, like I said, or not. It doesn't matter. We know they're flowers. Just try to have them kind of radiating out from the center. That's about it. And if they run into another one, well, you've seen flowers. They go wherever they want. Man, I picked our last gladiolus today. The weeds have totally invaded. It's kind of sad. Isn't that pretty, though? When will you get to pre-order? Probably, Leslie, when I get back from my mom's. Actually, I'll probably list them from my mom's because we won't have much to do there. So we kind of sit on our butts. Okay. All right. Now, what do you think? Do you want me to show you the way I would do it with the stencil? This is pretty dry already. All right, let me get my leaf one. So because this is a Sizzix stencil, you know, if you put your two top ones up here, this is going to fit in. You know, it's going to lay on top. And you just have to move it around a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing with the leaves. Now, this is a little more bumpy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to spray the water because that's going to blow it all up there. So I'm just going to take my brush and just kind of go in here and dab this. And, you know, blowing it up wouldn't be that bad, but you might want it a little more contained. Yeah, this is pretty bright, but I probably should have taped it. That is all right. It's not perfect. You know how I feel about that. But it doesn't bother me. So if you wanted to make this light, you could totally mix up a much lighter batch and have it more controlled, you know, and do it that way. It's however you want, whatever look you're going for. But I say be a little wild and crazy. Why not? I wish this would fit in the same frame. Okay. So you can see I am just generally blobbing around these flowers. And I can go over them. I can add more if I want when I'm done, and I probably will, to fill in the gaps. Because I designed this from a watercolor that I did, but I couldn't because of the rules of cutting stencils. They can't be that close, and, we weren't able to make it look totally like the one that I had done because we couldn't lay them on that much. All right, I'm not gonna use my little I'm gonna do my circles just with my brush, all right? So I'm gonna lift this up, and now we have our flowers. But see, I feel like there's some missing in the center. So I'm just gonna wonder if you took a dry brush and picked up the powder and dabbed on your wet color to add texture. I bet I could. It's actually kind of, I'm afraid of the powder. I'm afraid I'm gonna spill it all over the place. All right, so I feel like we need something in here, so we'll just make a little leaf. It doesn't even have to be just like a general leaf shape, to fill the space. And if we want to go out here, we could add one out here. We could add a little texture in this. We could extend the, well, now I'm going to make that a petal, a leaf. And I have a hair coming out of my brush. I love the sound of that. Isn't it a cool? All right. Let's do a little more. Have some money burning a hole in your pocket. You don't have these, Leslie? I can't believe it. All right, maybe something coming out down here. However you want. You could add little swirls, whatever. I don't think that looks too bad. It's got kind of an ovally shape to it. All right, so let's clean our brush. Now we'll turn it to our center. This is kind of bright. When I did it, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But when it dried, it was okay. So they do look a little brighter when you paint them on. All right, so let's, and the name of this one is Jellyfish Sting Pink. Ooh. All right, this one I'm going to test over here. That is pretty bright, but I like it. All right, now if any of this is still wet, it's going to let it bloom out into the rest of the flower, which I think is kind of pretty. You guys see this all right? Oh, she wants the pre-order. Okay. All right. Well, we can't have you with a burning hole in your pocket, Leslie. I will get that written up as soon as I can. But I can't do it until August 1st. Okay. So that's going to dry. So I think that's really pretty. Now, if I wanted to, like I said, now, did I do that? I didn't go ahead and let's do that with these. I'm just going to kind of add a little bit more to these centers here. And there is another stencil, but I feel like it gives it kind of a line, and I don't like how that looks. Actually, that's pretty. That's drawing that pink out into the color of the leaf, which makes it stand out a little. And, if you wanted to go around and kind of add another layer, that would be cool. See how that's wet and that's pulling that color in? It's so fun to watch and see what happens with this stuff. But I'm just kind of doing a little bit of shading here. You can like scrub it a little bit and it's really fun. Or, you could go like this too and do your little lines however you want. Okay, I think that's cool. All right, so now we're pretty much done, guys. Now I happen to have, because I love mat board, Uh-oh, I have this set. Oh, cool. Okay. Oh my God, paint is not good. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. All right, now this one is a little more saturated. You can see these colors are lighter. So that was, I put a little bit of less powder in here, but I happen to have some matte board, so I cut myself a double matte, and I love this. I'm going to put it up on the wall. I think it's so cool. Hey, Lindy, how was your trip? Did you see Amy? All right, so if you wanted to do something like this, that color looks different, doesn't it? It's probably lighter. This is a lighter version. So then I just took, where is one? Just one of my, oh, that's not it. Hang on. One of my permanent markers. This one I got when I was on my trip. I think I got them in Amsterdam. But it was a 0.4 that I did this with. And I went over it twice. I did a 0.2 and it was kind of scratchy. So I went over it with a 0.4. And so you can use these to kind of outline everything. And then I also used this pen here to do these veins. Okay, so you can mix and match. Lindy's Stamp Gang Magicals is my most favorite color. Afraid of Washington. Oh, that's great, Donna. That's cool. Make some really pretty card fronts. Yes, you could, because you could cut these. You saw Kaylin? She went? Oh, that's cool. Saw so many. Sure, I saw Amy. Okay. You like this one best, Karen? Okay. Well, you guys can, take it however you like it. And, I think it would also be pretty if you, let it all dry and kind of go back to its flat state. And if you can't get it to go flat, take a brush of water and coat the other side too of the watercolor paper, and that'll flatten it out. But let's just do a couple more things with, I don't know if I want to cut this one yet because it's wet, but I do have one I could cut. So that is how I use the magicals. Isn't it fun? I love it. All right, here's another one. I have that dark one somewhere. Let me show you. I did a couple other experiments. This was one that I did. I took some wax and I smeared it over the stencil first, and that gave it a resist, and then I did the magicals on top. So that was kind of a cool one. I think there's one where I did they had glue, kids school glue, that was, I'm gonna move this up a little so I can see a little better. Where did I put that one? Oh, here it is. I don't know if you can see it, but here's the shape of the flower. So I took some school glue and it took a while to dry. I did a pretty good coat of it, and I just made this little flower because I thought, what is going to happen to that? So, play around with some of the stuff that you have and see what happens with it. Because even if I hate this, I like the colors, so I could chop this up. I could use this for bookmarks, for a book page, for anything, and that's kind of cool. I mean, not my best flower, but still, it's a cool effect. I've never heard of Lindy's Gang Magicals. Yeah, take a look. Oh, good. Yeah, you could gel press on top. So here's this one. Now, this I put on a stamp block, and I spritzed it, but it was too much. At one time, it didn't spread it out, so that was kind of, but, I got to see what happened. This one, I can't remember how I did that, but it's kind of cool. And this one, I was just messing around, Oh, this one, I took the stencil and I sprayed it all with the Lindy's, and then I turned it over and pressed it down on the paper. So I got some kind of floral background, but not a ton. Okay, this one, I was just kind of warming up and I was seeing how it reacted. So I took a brush, I sprinkled it on there, and then I just kind of brushed it all down. I did the green, and then I did the center, and I was thinking it would be cool to do some flowers, but it didn't work. If I did it now, it might, you know, because it's dry. It kept spreading. So I said, this one, I did the background, and then that's how I finally figured out, oh, I'm going to use the stencil and just brush it on. So this is how I came up with this technique, but it's, I had a background on here first, and then I stenciled on top of that. And I do like that effect a lot. I think that's really pretty and very dimensional and cool. And this one is just kind of like regular stenciling. That one is crazy explosion of, I don't know what, but it's so shimmery. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Yeah, and these are, I don't know, just practice. So actually, this looks pretty dry. So let's go ahead and die cut that. And now we have the trick of figuring out where it goes. So I think yeah, this is it. So how I do it is I see these ones that have 2 leaves together, and I just go around the outside and say, oh, 2 leaves, 2 leaves. So it's this. And then when you lay it on there, you'll see these colors are all gonna match up. Okay, so let's just cut this down. Now it doesn't cut the whole set of them because it was too big and it wouldn't fit on the die. I'm just going to trim this a little bit so it fits through my machine. Now you could do it. Let me show you the die, because actually I like this idea. You could layer. So these make fairly big flowers, and here, you know, like small, medium, large. So you can layer these on top, and it also has extra leaves and some other little, like the flower centers. But let's put this through our machine. Now I think what I'm going to do is tape this down because I don't want it moving. It is a little bit wrinkled. So let's just line this up. And, you know, these aren't going to be perfect, but it doesn't bother me. Okay. It is a little bit wonky here with this, you know, wet, because you can't blame the paper. It can't expand on one side and not, you know. Anyway, it's not the fault of the paper that it's buckling. It does that. All right, try Susan at Contribute Craft. Hey, hi, Chris. Good to see you. All right, now I'm going to use my chrome cutting pad for this because I just wanted to cut nice and clean. It would probably be fine with my other one, but it makes it easier for them to pop out. And let's just... Oh, they don't have them on Amazon. Try Country View Crafts. Oh, I'm not sure what it is you're trying to get. I'm going to return this because I want to get it out on this side. And we can use our little tiny tray to put our flowers on. Oops. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, good. I was hoping that it wouldn't. Oh, look at these. Ah, so pretty. That reflects. I'm going to put it back. So we've got, now they're not all going to be perfect. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could go back and you could fill them in if you have your ink still ready to go. So these did not cut, but we actually could send them through with those other dies, you know, the small, medium, and large flowers, if we wanted to pop these up and make them 3D. Or you could cut these off and make a cute little bookmark. And this is kind of pretty as a background, you know? You could go over that with your, well, maybe I'll do that. Hang on. All right, so we have all of our pieces out of here. And so you can see how pretty they are. Wouldn't they be beautiful on a card. Actually, I had an idea because it's been a while since I cut mats, and this was a piece of like wasteboard, and I cut it going the wrong way. So I should have had the bevel going this way, but I put it over here. But I was thinking, wouldn't this be pretty to, you should go in here. Kind of fill this up, and what I might do is, how much time? Oh, we got time. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. I'm just going to add a base of green around the this part here, because that's really the only part that I want to cover because it's messed up. So I'm just going to kind of fill that in with green. Make like leaf shapes sticking out. I don't think you'll even know. And do it over here. And then we could use this as a frame for something. With pretty little flowers. Maybe for Mom, for her birthday. I did take a couple of nice pictures at the beach when we went. But some of them, looks scowly. I don't want that one. There's some really cute ones with the kids. All right, and then, you could just layer these. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And you could shape them too. You would never know that I oiled this chair. Let's see where my tools are. My flower shaper tools. Oh, too big. I rearranged my tools and now I can't find anything. Oh, here it is. So what I do is just lay this flat. And I'm going to take the big one. And you just push on it and they all kind of curl in. And then you can shape the bowl of it too. Or the, each petal. And then you flip it over and isn't that cute? Let's just do it. We're here. We have 10 minutes. Shoot. Who knew that would go so fast? It is so hot out, guys. I know I apologize to the people that are in Arizona or Texas, but Debbie was saying it's like 102 here, and we're not used to that. We don't like that. I'm a northern girl. I don't like that at all. Yeah, it'd be good to have another green color, but isn't it cool? You gotta love paper, especially a watercolor paper really, holds its shape nicely. So let's just do a couple more and then we can add them the other side. You don't even have to do this, but I think it like curls them a little bit and it's nice. And especially if I cut more of those smaller ones, then you could layer them, but I don't know. What do you guys think? You like the magicals? I really do. I just like the shimmer. I mean, that's the real, because you can't get that like in, oh, maybe you can, but I don't have any, or I don't know what it is. I mean, look at that. Isn't it cool? Can you see it? 110 heat index last 2 days. Take me away to Maine. I hear ya. Friday is only going to be 78 in Ohio. Thank God. Yay. Yeah, they're just really, really fun. But I think it would be nice to have some smaller, you know what I mean? And I might finish off these white edges, but I don't know. Maybe not. Let's just lay them on here. You could do all one color. You could mix them in. Oh, that's kind of nice. You know, and these just kind of add a little, but doing that green, I think, is pretty good. You know, and you could go down the, you know, you don't have to just keep them there. You could just do kind of a band across the whole thing. You know, that's cute. Oh, I like it. Look at that. You're getting bonus content here. Yeah, these are cute. I am going to definitely have to play around. Now, I do have some that oh, the other thing, you like the white edges? Yeah. Now, I keep these because these are actually also a nice stencil, or if you have a picture or something, it's really pretty intensely cut out. So if you've got something under here, I'm trying to see what, you know, you can see what that is underneath. You could do like kind of a shadow box idea. I just love this whole concept here. Because there's just so much you can do. I don't know if I'm just more aware of, I don't know. I just got the ideas. You know what I mean? Some days are like it. Some days are not. And you know that too. Okay, I'm looking for my little bag of flowers that I have already cut. And now some of these, some are white. This is watercolor paper, but it's lighter. And I kind of tried all different things with these. Some have been stenciled. That one looks like kind of crayon or dry brush, maybe. This is pretty. You know, so I don't know where I did these, but I found it. It's like, oh, this is a nice bonus. So I could add in other colors if I wanted. I could paint more colors. I could do more of the magicals. Oh, pretty. Now, it was probably when it was coming out and we were doing a release and we had to... Oh, this is another little bag of ones that I made. So it's nice to keep them on hand and together so you have them when you need them. But if you can come up with a good storage solution, let me know, because I have little bags of everything everywhere and it's too much. But I already did the work and I don't want to throw them out. So I need to make a lot of cards or something. Spray with water and flick powder on wet flowers. That would be cool. What is that that's called you're doing? Well, I'm just giving it dimension. This is just a big thick piece of foam. And I'm just taking them and smushing them and, you know, making them more 3D. I don't know what the name is. Sculpting. I think I'm flower sculpting. Yeah. Actually, let's see what this looks. Oh, this might look all right. Let's just put it underneath and see. Might be too much. You know, even something that was like one little flower might look pretty. You know, just like a single or a grouping or something. I don't know, you need all that. But it kind of continues the pattern out, you know? So gold luster wax on edges. That would be beautiful. Hey, Laura Lee. Hi, Tink Bell. All right. I know that I didn't look up very much, but does anybody have any questions? I might have missed them. I'll go back and look later, but that was fun. It's always fun creating with you guys. I mean, this is not like a work of art, but it's cute. And it definitely could be a journal cover, or it could be a card front, or it could be a strip of bookmarks. Going either way, you could probably get four out of them, or 3 anyway. So, okay, Leslie bought mini zip storage case about 6x4 and have the extra cuts. Then you have them stored with the die or stencil. Yes, I did start doing that, and then I kind of ran out of room in the storage. A form of embossing. Yeah. I mean, it was just embossing. That's not even bad because the color is the same, you know. But you could do a strip of writing across there. That would be pretty, like a sentiment right here, like for Mother's Day or birthday. I mean, everything looks better in a mat, don't you think? I should do up a bunch of these and put them in the Etsy store. I love cutting mats. That is just my most favorite fun thing to do. But yeah, so we did a lot of projects. We did this. And so Lindy's, thank you for my magicals. They are magical. I love them. Aren't they fun, guys? So yeah, if you don't have the wait a minute, I put a link. Let me get my banner thing going here. All right, this is for the stencil. This is for the bundle. If you get two, if you get the bundle, which is the stencil and the die, you save $7 or $5, sorry. And then this is just if you need the painterly blooms. So you can get them either separately or if you want the bundle. And if you guys have been with me a long time, you probably have them. But, you know, it's another way to use them. You got to love it. So that is our, look at that, right on the nose. I got to go have dinner. Guys, I have lost 10 pounds as of today. Just doing my one meal a day. I'm very proud. But now I'm going on the road tomorrow, so I got to keep it up. But I feel better. All right, let me see the comments. The piece you're holding would look cool with the flowers outlined. This piece? Yeah, they are kind of outlined because I went outside the lines when I was painting them. Yeah, that would be pretty. Sally Butler might have the flowers. Okay. You need to try that. Yeah, try it, Liz. And if you guys try it, go ahead over and share it in the fan club, okay? So we can all see. If you haven't joined, join the Eileen Hull fan club. That's our Facebook group. I think we're at 80. Yeah, we're at 8,600. I think if you have not followed me on Facebook, on my page, please do, because I am like 20 people shy of having 16,000 people, and I would love to do that. I just feel like it has taken years to get to this, and now I'm stuck. So if you haven't liked my Eileen Hull Designs Facebook page, please do, okay? You found my 10 pounds. You're riding a bike, Melody. You're in better shape. Hey, Janet, you gonna give it a try? Oh, you're welcome, Sue. Yeah, 10 pounds does make a big difference, especially in the heat. Ugh. But there's so much more to go. But still, it's a good start. I'm like back to where I was. I haven't like lost much, but at least it's something, you know, gotta be happy. I like how they fit in these little things here. I didn't do them the right way though. So, that's it, guys. All right. Who makes the magicals? Lindy's Gang, it's called. It's Lindy's Gang. Oh, wait a minute. I think I did a little banner for them. Hang on. Did I? No, I forgot. I was gonna. But it's just lindysgang.com, and then you'll see. Okay. And they come, some of them are shimmery and some are not. So look for the shimmery ones. Or maybe they all are. I don't know. I don't think I had any. Well, I don't know if the green was super shimmery. It looks almost yellow. Anyway. All right. Well, this was fun, guys. Thank you for letting me do it again. I want to do it all night, but I need to pack. So maybe I'll do some lives from the road. Make sure you're subscribed and following so that you can see if I do go live. It'll probably be messed up, but you know, it'll be something. You'll see where I am. Maybe I could do a live from the show because that's a fun show. All right. Okay, guys, take it easy. See you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. Oh.